Question number 1 of the day, guys. I hope question is clearly visible. Answer please. Which of the following are considered as a non-parametric test? Statistics. First question itself. But very interesting question. I will give you the clarity of all the tests. Option C. So let us see the answer. Option A is the correct answer, guys. That is ABE. Mann-Whitney U test is a non-parametric one. And B. ख़ुशहाल-Wallis test and E. chi-square test. These three are coming under the non-parametric. These two are coming under the parametric test. What is parametric test? In the parametric test, it will concern more about the population. So it will take entire population into consideration to conduct a hypothesis test. That is what non-parametric testing. And a parametric testing is nothing but nothing but only it considers a sample or a set of population. A set of population only will be considered by non-parametric test, and parametric test will be considering whole population, right? So in this, if you look at the classification of the parametric and non-parametric, parametric will be having a one sample or two samples. Two cases will be there. In the one sample case, t test and death test will be there. In the two or more sample test, independent sample, paired samples will be there. So here two group t test and jet test, and here paired t test. So ultimately in the parametric test we will be having a t test and jet test will be there. And in the non-parametric test, one sample and two or more sample situation. In the one sample situation, chi-square, runs test and ks test, crucial and binomial test also will be there. In the two or more sample test, chi-square, Mann-Whitney, median, ks and paired sample, 𝐕𝐆𝐝 and McNemar and chi-square test. These are all will be coming under the non-parametric. These are will be coming under the parametric. So here option A is the given answer, which is ख़ुशहाल-Wallis, Mann-Whitney and chi-square test. Which of the following does not fall in the ambit of objective of a competition act? It encourages the competition. It prevents the abuse of dominant position. F test is an parametric one. Here it is given, F test. Where it is? It is a parametric one, F test. T and Z and F. Not falling under the ambit of the objective of competition act. So here option C is a given answer, guys. Like preventing monopolistic rights arising out of the intellectual property is not coming under the Competition Act 2002. I will tell you the whole Competition Act crux is this much, guys. In this simple chart, everything you can cover. Competition Act is covering three things. Section number 3, section number 4, section number 6. Section number 3 is speaking about anti-competitive agreement. No company should enter into an anti-competitive agreement. And no company should be abused of a dominance position like a Jio is doing. Monopoly power should not be there. Like expressly prohibiting any enterprise of or a group from abusing its dominant position. And mergers and amalgamation and control. The control of total amalgamations and mergers, it is prohibited by the Competition Act. Like those type of amalgamation which are creating a negative impact on the competition is an void as per the competition. But which is creating to get the market share and positive impact, that is allowed as per the Competition Act. That's it. So here monopolistic rights arising out of the intellectual property is coming under the Intellectual Property Rights Act, or else this is also coming under the Consumer Protection Act. Next, guys, which is the most appropriate modes of entry in the international business to an enterprise with little experience? Keyword is little experience. Little experience of international markets. Even though if you are having a small experience, you can enter into a contract. You can enter into an international business. Sorry. So option D is a given answer, guys. Exporting is a correct answer. The best way of international business at entry stage is that exporting. Why? Which is a very simplest form. You can just export by using and transport. So simplest way to enter into a foreign market is through exporting. Initial days, if you are a very beginner in the international business, try to go and start exporting only. Do not enter into your strategic alliances and do not start the joint venture directly with the foreign companies. First try to do exporting, later you can enter into other after gaining the experience. So the company may be passively exporting its surpluses from time to time, and it may take time to active commitment to expand the export to a particular market. So companies generally it will start with the indirect exporting and working through an independent home-based international marketing intermediaries. Next, guys, under which of the following situation decision outcome on evaluation of investment opportunities vary under the NPV and IRR methods per se? I clearly explained you in the plus sessions of capital budgeting. There are three will be there, where it is creating a conflict between the NPV and IRR. Time disparity, cost disparity, life disparity, volume disparity. Option D is also here. A, B, C, Samanvita Mishra. Is it Samanvita is Shama Mishra? There is no option behind me. Everything is visible. I can see now. Like you, I am also watching the class. So here option C is a given answer, guys. A, B, C. There is no disparity called as a volume disparity. Time and cost and life. Investment differences and time, the lifetime of the investment or a project differences, and this is life of the project. Life of the project are the time of cash flows. Look at the significance difference among the cash outlays of various proposals under the consideration, and the problem of difference in cash flows pattern or the timing of various cash flows, cash inflow or outflow patterns, and life of the project which are having unequal expected lives of the different projects. Three primary reasons where the NPV and IRR will be creating a conflict. Next, match the list 1 and list 2. Net income approach, Gordon model, internal rate of return, reorder level, inventory management, capital budgeting, capital structure theory, dividend theory. Option number B is a given answer. Look at. Why B? Net income approach is in capital structure theory, and Gordon model is in dividend theory, and internal rate of return is a capital budgeting technique, reorder level is an inventory management control technique. Option B. So just matching the respective models with respect to subject matter. Next, brainstorming technique demands generation of a number of alternatives to a problem, and participants generate as many alternatives as possible without evaluating them in the brainstorming session. In the context of above statement, which one is the correct answer? This lecture PDF is also available. Images are not blur. This PDF will not be available. As many alternatives as possible without evaluating them in the brainstorming session. Look at. Participants 12 बजे नहीं है. Now at 12 p.m. session only, 11 a.m. we are taking. Brainstorming is nothing but it is a situation where a group of people meet to generate a numerous new ideas around a specific area of interest, where the problem of a concern of different persons will be discussed, and they will be generating more and more solutions to solve that problem. So here participants will shout out the ideas as they occur to them and then build on the ideas raised by the others. But all the ideas will be noted down, are not criticized. Only when the brainstorming session is over, ideas will start evaluated. It is not like all the ideas whatever that created during the brainstorming session will be going for the evaluation. After completing that, best ideas will be chosen and that will be going for the evaluation. Out of that evaluation, which is best, they will choose it. Next, though closely related, job evaluation and job performance appraisal are not same. The purpose of job evaluation is to fix the remuneration and other relevant benefit in the context of above two statement, which is correct. Statement option A is a given answer. Look at. Look at. Option A is a given answer. Both statements are correct because here job evaluation and performance appraisal are not same. Exactly, both are different. Both are clearly different. It is not at all same. Statement 1 is correct. So purpose of job evaluation is to fix the remuneration. For fixing the remuneration, for wage determination only evaluation will be conducted. For fixing the remuneration or wages only, the evaluation will be conducted. If you look at the clear-cut meaning, job evaluation will find the selective worth of the job. It is worth of the job, whereas performance appraisal will be identifying the worth of job holder. Worth of job holder and here the job. Right? And determine the wage rates for a different job. Main aim or objective of job evaluation is to determine the wage rates for different jobs, and here incentive and rewards for superior performance. Determine the incentives and rewards for superior performance, and here it shows how much job is having a worth. Here how much individual is doing and assigned the jobs over here. Chalo, fiscal and monetary policies. Fiscal and monetary and industrial policies, social responsibilities, social obligation towards the several stakeholders, consumers, stakeholders and suppliers, creditors, moral principles that defines that right or wrong. You need to choose accordingly. So option D is a given answer, guys. D is a given answer. Let me tell you. A4, fiscal and monetary policy is an economic policy, and social obligation is an social responsibility, that is a CSR type. Consumer, stakeholders, suppliers and creditors are coming under the stakeholders or interest group, and business ethics definition doing right or wrong. Next, currency swap is a method of hedging against the foreign exchange risk, speculating in foreign exchange, leverage instrument used by the cooperative banks, and mode of payment in the international trade. What is currency swap? So option A is a given answer, guys. Currency swap is known as a cross currency swap. It is a legal contract between the two parties to exchange two currencies. To exchange, you give this currency, I will give that currency. It is a cross currency swap. You give this, I will give that. So I don't have which you you don't have which you want, and I don't have which I want. So let us exchange each other. So you are having which I want, I am having which you want. So let us exchange together. That will be called as a swapping system. Swapping is nothing but changing from here to there. So it is one of the methods of hedging or mitigating the risk against the foreign exchange, guys. Because foreign exchange, always the dollar and the currency rates will be fluctuating in nature. But if you enter into a swap agreement, it will be easy. There is no need to look into the market price. Only you can exchange the currencies which are having with each other. Return of income submitted under which section of the Income Tax Act? 138(1), 142(1), 139(1), 129(1). Tell fast. Return of income is an option C, that is 139.1. So 139.1 is an compulsory filing of the return of income. 139.3 is an return of loss. 139.4 is an return, belated return, late return. 139.5 is an revised return. 139.9 is an defective return. So 139.1 mainly compulsory filing of a return, that is compulsory provision. 3 loss, 4 belated, 5 revised and 9 defective return. Next, section 6.1, section 10AA, section 10.1, section 10.5. Agriculture income, leave travel concession and resident and leave salary. Option D. What about others? Why even 16 members are there in the class? Why only 2 to 3 members or 5 members maximum will respond? Option D, guys, that is section 6.1 belong to resident section, residential status mainly. Residential status is belong to 6. 10AA, leave salary of the income from salary head. 10.1 agriculture income, which is an exemption section. Section 10.5, which is an leave travel concession. This is leave salary, leave travel concession is 10.5. Next, as per section 52 of the Companies Act 2013, the balance in the security premium account cannot be utilized for. Cannot be utilized for. Cannot be. Option A is a given answer. Look at. Option A is a given answer. Can you pay the dividend? You cannot pay the dividend out of the security premium account balance. But you can adjust all the 3. Writing of the discount on issue of shares, which is a capital loss directly. Which is a capital loss. And issue of a fully paid up bonus shares. You can issue the fully paid up bonus shares. And you can take the buyback of shares also. Buyback of shares also you can utilize security premium. Capital losses are like preliminary expenditure or else return of discount on issue of shares. In all the 3 cases you can utilize. Like there are 5 situations where you can utilize the security premium account balance. One is towards the unissued shares of a company to the members of a company as a fully paid up bonus shares. Option number B. And in writing the preliminary expenses, which is a capital loss. In writing of the expense of a commission paid or a discount allowed, and in providing the premium payable on the redemption, and for the purchase of its own shares and other securities. These are coming under the various 5 situations where the security premium account balance can be utilized. When a company distributes its products through a channel structure that includes one or more resellers, it is known as direct marketing, indirect marketing, integrated marketing, none of the above. So here option D is a given answer by NTA. Question got cancelled. Question got cancelled. None of the answer is correct. None of the option is correct. None of the above. Question got cancelled. Right. So when a company distributes its product through a channel structure that includes one or more sellers is called as an actually this is, we can relate with the integrated marketing. Still, in order to avoid, integrated is one of the indirect marketing. Integrated is one of the indirect marketing. That is why they eliminated the question fully. Next, arrange the following in the order of their manifestations. In the order of their manifestation. Offer, acceptance, breach of contract. Offer, acceptance, breach of contract. Question is eliminated, so it is waste to discuss about it. Why not BC? When the objections went for, actually they have given indirect marketing. Later objections went for integrated, because integrated marketing is the appropriate definition which is given for the question. But in one of the indirect marketing is that integrated only. That is why, in order to avoid the confusion, they eliminated fully. So option B is a given answer, guys. First, offer first, after that acceptance, later contract, later breach. Breach will arise. 1, 2, 3, 4. Agreement is equal to offer or a proposal plus acceptance of the offer. Both will be coming in an agreement. So here the sequence, if you see, offer when you accept it, that leads to an acceptance. then when you accept it, that will become an agreement. Agreement which is enforceable by law, which is a contract. When contract has been violated by any party to the contract, then that will become a breach. Find the marginal revenue of the firm that sells a product at a price of 10 and price elasticity of a demand for the product is that -2. Marginal revenue. Marginal revenue. MR they are asking. What is MR? When the product sales price, which is on revenue 10 rupees and elasticity of demand is equal to -2 rupees. Answer option A. Let me tell you. So here AR by AR minus MR is equal to elasticity. Let me tell you the formula, guys. Elasticity of demand is equal to AR minus MR, average revenue minus marginal revenue divided by average revenue. Whether are they given like marginal revenue? No, they are asking actually this only. But they have given average revenue or not? They have given average revenue. Ulta written. They have given elasticity of demand -2, which is equal to AR how much? AR 10 rupees. Sales price is an AR. 10 rupees divided by 10 minus MR. So 10 minus MR multiplied by 2, which is equal to 10 rupees. So here 20 minus 20 plus MR, 2 MR, which is equal to 10. So 2 MR is equal to 10. 20 minus 10, 10 na? So MR is equal to 5. 2 5s are 10. That's it. Right, this is what? Price elasticity of demand, simply the calculation. This is the relationship between, look at, this is the relationship between AR and MR. For that, elasticity of demand formula is that AR divided by AR minus MR will be the formula. Next, Miller ORR model is used in the management of inventory, leverage, receivables, cash. So in the management of a cash. So cash management will be having a two things, guys. Two models of a cash management are there. One is Miller ORR model. Second one is that Baumol model is there. Baumol model. In the Miller ORR model, this is 1 hour session. So Miller ORR model, the cash will be, whenever we are having a excess cash, we need to sell the securities. Sorry, we need to purchase the securities. Whenever we are having a less cash, we need to sell the securities. Like that, we need to maintain the minimum cash balance in our company. So for that only Miller ORR cash management model will be used. This is also called as a stochastic model. Next, identify the steps of activity based cost allocation. ABC cost. ABC costing is there now, activity based costing. Sequence I told you. So option C is the given answer. A, B, C, D. Already it is in sequence only. Look at. Already first identify the main activities in the business or in the production process and collection of the cost pools, determination of the activity cost drivers, and driver rate also we need to calculate and charge the driver rate to activities of a product based on their quantity of a production. Product A requires 10 kgs of material at the rate 5 per kg. The actual consumption of a material for the manufacturing of a product A comes to 12 kg of a material at the rate 6 per kg. So direct material cost variance 22 unfavorable, like you people are saying. 10 kgs of raw material at 5 per kg and actual consumption 12 kg 6 per kg. So this is 50, this is 72. How much difference? Minus 22, which is an unfavorable situation. Unfavorable situation. That is where the direct material standard quantity into standard price minus actual quantity into actual price. The difference is nothing but standard material cost variance, direct material cost variance. Which of the following reflects the sum of perceived tangible and intangible benefits and cost to a consumer? Sum of perceived tangible and intangible benefits and cost to a consumer. Customer value is the given answer. I will tell you what it is exactly. Here they are saying sum of perceived value of tangible and intangible benefits and cost to a consumer is called as in customer value. Let me tell you, customer satisfaction will be of three types. That is perceived value, what actual. Perceived value is nothing but actual. And expected is nothing but, expected service is nothing but expected value. So this is an actual value, this is an expected value. Three things will be there in the customer, in measuring the customer satisfaction, three things will be there. One is customer perceived value is more than the expected value. Like perceived value is more than the perceived service is more than the expected service. That is, this blue color is more than the pink color. Then customer satisfaction will be called as in the situation of consumer delighted situation. This type of customers, when they are getting this much satisfaction, they will be very loyal to your brand. And where the perceived value and expected value both are equal, customers feel satisfied, somehow okay. And expected service, the perceived value is less, that is actual value is less than the expected one, then the consumer feels very dissatisfied. He will walk and talk, just he will go out of your brand. And the total altogether, whatever the value that you are giving it to the customer is called as a customer value. Whether it is a tangible benefit or intangible benefit, both together is a customer value. Agreement without consideration is valid, and all contracts are agreement, but all agreements are not contracts. Option C is the given answer. Look at, agreement without consideration is always valid. Wrong statement, because consideration is one of the essential element of the contract or agreement. So an agreement without consideration is not at all a valid agreement, right? And all contracts are agreement, but all agreements are not contract. Obviously, once the agreement which is enforceable by law, then it becomes a contract. That means all contracts becomes an agreement, but all agreements are not contract. The second statement is correct and first statement is not correct. So statement number one, for any agreement to be called as a contract, it must give rise to a legal obligation, that is must be enforceable by law, which will become a contract. 𝐶𝐵 was set up as a subsidiary of IDBI to take over the functions of small business financing of the IDBI and take over the venture capital operations of the IDBI and reconstruct and rehabilitate the sick and closed industrial units financed by the IDBI. Facilitate, finance and promote India foreign trade. Guys, do hit the like button if you like the session. So answer is A, guys, that is 𝐶𝐵. Small Industries Development Bank of India is a wholly owned subsidiary of the IDBI, that is Industrial Development Bank of India, established under the Special Act of Parliament in the 1988, but operative of the 𝐶𝐵 from 1990 year, guys, April to 1990. Next, 𝐶𝐵 was made responsible for administering the small industrial developments only, which is a national equity fund that were administered IDBI before. So 𝐶𝐵 is a primary financial institution for financing the MSME sector, that is micro, small, medium and enterprise sector. Quantitative import restriction that limits the quantity of a product being imported is called as an embargo, quota, trade restraint and import tariff. Option B is a given answer, quota. Quota is nothing but quota is called as a quantitative restriction, guys. Quota is a quantitative restriction on the imports. Only this much quantity you need to procure or you need to import from particular country. That is called as a quota. So here trade quota will be there, a trade restriction which is placed on the amount of an item or a service that can be imported into our country maximum to maximum this much. Next, embargo is nothing but it is a government order restricts commerce with a specified country. So we are having a embargo with Pakistan. No, in India, no person should do trading with the Pakistan. So which is called as an embargo restriction. It can be of a specific type of goods or a specified country whole. Next, the retail supply chain does not include. सर हिंदी मीडियम में स्टडी करना, मैं इंग्लिश मीडियम है संदीप साकेत, but you can understand this easily. The retailer supply chain does not include. The retailer supply chain does not include manufacturers, retailers, wholesalers, regulators. Option D is a given answer. Regulators are not coming under the retail supply chain, guys. Look at retail supply chain is the process of managing. Retail supply chain is a process of managing the entire supply chain of a retail organization, and the differentiating factor of a retail supply chain management offer other supply chain management in the value of a product, movement and fast moving nature. So in the retail supply chain, manufacturer to wholesaler, wholesaler to distributor, distributor to retail. This is the retailer supply chain. In that, regulators, that is law, which is a authoritative restrictions or a regulatory law. We can say act imposition will not be there. Regulators are nothing but. Which among the following is not a correct statement? Hedge funds are not mutual funds. Hedge funds can be sold to the public, and investors in mutual fund must pay various fees and expenses. And mutual funds provide economics of scale to investment decisions. Option B is a given answer, guys. Look at. Shamal, where are you? I think you are there very long in the video. You are watching like a recording. You are commenting for the contract void question. So try to close your YouTube app, open once again. Then you will come on to live. So your option B is a given answer. Hedge funds can be sold it to the public. Not a correct statement is nothing but hedge funds cannot be sold it to the public. Let me explain what do you mean by hedge funds. Mutual funds and hedge funds are managed portfolios built from the pooled funds with a goal of achieving the returns to diversification. That means by diverting the funds in order to decrease the risk, and increase the return, we need to diverse the funds with a different portfolios. But the both mutual fund and hedge funds will be doing in that way only because they wanted to reduce the risk. And from both differs in many aspects and explained below. Mutual funds pool the money from the investing in public that uses money to buy the other securities like stocks and bonds. The value of mutual funds of a company depending upon the performance of a securities that fund is decided to buy. Whereas here if you look at the hedge funds are offered only privately to a particular. It is not offered to the public investors. Typically those who are known for taking a higher risk position with a goal of higher returns, they will get these hedge funds. Hedge funds is even like higher risk will be there, but higher returns will be there in the hedge funds. Next, last question of the day. Following are the information for house property. Municipal value 4,50,000, fair rental value 5 lakh, standard rent 4,80,000, actual rent 4,20,000. So try to identify the gross annual value. Chalo, calculate. So here municipal value, fair rental value. Municipal value, fair rental value. Municipal value how much? 4,50,000. And fair rental value how much? 5 lakh. So whichever is higher, 5 lakh. Then this will become expected value. After that, this will be compared with the standard rent. That is 4,80,000. So whichever is lower, 4,80,000 is lower. 4,80,000. Then this will be compared with the actual rent, which is an 4,20,000. Then whichever is higher, high, low, high. So whichever is higher, 4,80,000 will be the answer. 4,80,000 will be the answer. That is option number A. So high, low, high. Higher of the municipal and fair rental value. After that, whatever the value that you are getting, that value and standard rent, whichever is lower, 4,80,000. Then after that, that value and actual rent. If you compare, then whichever is higher, you need to take. That's it. Capital structure and leverage decisions comes in the ambit of. So your option number C is the given answer, guys. That is financing decision. Because how it can be an investment decision? Capital structure theory is the source of finance that you are going to get. Composition of the capital is a financing decision. When you are going to invest, you are accepting the investment from the investors. But investment decision will include, as a company, you are going to put an investment in the asset or the projects. So that will be an investment decision. Whereas capital structure and leverage is related to financing decision, not an investment decision. Right? So financial management can be broken down into three major decisions, that is of investment and financing and dividend decision. Next, the essence of law of diminishing returns is inelastic production, negative marginal production, declining total production, declining average production. So here guys, option B is a given answer because the negative marginal production is the answer. Main essence, because law of marginal utility will come down slowly. At some point of time it will become zero, and some point of time it will go negative also. So it is mainly a concept of economic. If one factor of a production, that is number of worker for example, is increased while other factors are constant in nature, then output per variable factor will be eventually decrease in nature. So the prime reason behind it is marginal product of this variable input declines is the fixed input. Next question. The attitude based on the beliefs, opinions and knowledge and information about a particular event which the employees possess. Option number C. Okay. So option number C is a given answer, guys. Attitudes are simply the expression how much that we like or dislike the various things. That is what attitude towards the something. Whether we are liking or disliking is the main factors in the attitude. So this represent our judgment, that is evaluations, and our preference and taste, our preference and taste, and the rejections based on the information that we receive. This can be including evaluations of the people, evaluations of the issues, evaluations of the objects, and evaluations of the events, which can be having a positive, that is liking, or negative, which may be disliking also. So it is of three types of attitude will be there: affective attitude and cognitive attitude and behavioral attitude. So here cognitive attitude is an attitude which refers to beliefs. Our belief, our thought process, our whatever the attributes that we will associate with an object in a thinking process, that will be coming under the cognitive attitude. Like if you take the example, all babies are cute. This is our thought process, this is our belief. And smoking is harmful to health. This is our belief, and this is what we are thinking actually about the smoking, which is an injurious to health. Next guys, One Belt One Road initiative is not intended to trade protectionism, strengthening of logistic and supply chain, improve the cost effectiveness, rebalance trade dominance. Not intended to. One Road One Belt initiative, BRI. C, improve the cost competitiveness. Okay, this is a China initiative guys. One Belt One Road initiative is not intended to. Option A is the given answer. I will tell you what it is. So guys, here Belt and Road Initiative BRI is a global development strategy. In this, Chinese government involving infrastructure development and investment of almost 152 countries, including Asia, Europe and Africa and Middle East and Americans. China stated the official document, BRI initiative is aimed at promoting orderly and free flow of economic factors. So between the countries who are engaged in the international business, there should be a free flow of a factors of production, so that cost will be at a lower one when we are moving the factors of production without any duties and without any trade restrictions. So that will increase the production in that every country and decreases the cost of transportation as well. So highly efficient allocation of the resource and deep integration of the market. So with this initiative, they wanted to connect all the countries with a very transport connectivity, or else some connectivity they wanted to make in order to eliminate the barriers. But it is not intending to trade protectionism of every countries. It is to improvise the trade international business and decrease the trade barriers between the countries. Next. Which is the following types of goodwill is considered to be as in best goodwill? Dog, cat, rat, cow. Option A, trade protectionism is the correct answer. BRI not intended for trade protectionism. So here option B is the given answer, guys. Dog goodwill, where the customers relying mainly on the leadership of the company. Here dog goodwill based on the leader, the management we can say. So the managements are having a believable positions like Ratan Tata and Ambani. Based on this only goodwill will be created. That is a dog goodwill. And cat is an brand, loyal to the brand, not to the name, not to the management or a person. It is to loyal to the brand name. Like loyal to the brand name is nothing but company name. Like a TCS is a brand name and Reliance is a brand name. So like that. And rat goodwill, they don't have any favorites either in management or a personal. This is like a fickle goodwill or valueless goodwill, very valueless goodwill. Here the type of consumers don't have any favoritism. And rabbit goodwill is nothing but consumers will pick up the product if it is available in the acceptable radius. Like within the geographical location, if the product is available, they will go and purchase irrespective of the brand, irrespective of the management or the leader. So here there is no concept called as an cow goodwill. The best goodwill is that option B, that is cat goodwill. Going through with the brand is an best goodwill. This is given by PD Leak. Next, which of the following are the rights of a statutory auditor? Option number C is the given answer. Look at ACD. To receive the remuneration is first right of the statutory auditor, and second one, C, right to attend the general meeting. But only right to attend the general meeting is there. There is no other right called as in speaking at the general meetings or any other meeting is not available to the auditor. Any type of auditor does not speak in the meetings of the company. And D, to visit the branch office, which is one of the right. And he don't have any right to attend the board of directors meeting, guys. But he can have a right to attend the general meeting, not the board. I'm good, Minu. So these are the rights and duties of the auditor. Right to access books of account, right to obtain the information and explanation if any doubts, right to receive notices for attending a general meeting, right to report on the report to the members on the company accounts examined by him, and right to lien also. Next, a sale and leaseback arrangement is more suitable for lessee having liquidity crisis and surplus funds, high profit, where there is no profit and no loss situation. Option A, option C, let us see. So guys, here lessee, option A is the correct answer who are having a liquidity crunches. Guys, who will be called as a lessee over here? They are asking most suitable for the lessee having a liquidity crisis. Correct na? The lessee is the person who sold asset. Correct? Who sold this asset? Who is the seller? Seller sold asset to buyer, and buyer became a landlord or owner. Again, the original seller took it this property on a lease basis. Then the seller become lessee over here. Whenever he is having no cash, then he sold the property. Again, the same property, in order to get it, he took it on a lease basis. So the liquidity crunches is the primary reason for the lessee. What is the probability of sum of outcomes on pair of a dice is equal to 8? Option C, option B. Okay, let us see. So guys, here option B, that is 5 by 36 is the correct answer. And first dice number of outcomes are 6 because dice will be having a 6. And second dice also having a number of outcomes 6. Therefore, when both the dice are rolled, total number of outcomes will be a 36. But they are asking question, pair of a dice is equal to 8. A pair of a dice which is equal to 8. A pair of a dice, if you can see, A plus B, like one dice 2 and another dice 6. One dice 3, another dice 5. And one dice 4, another dice 4. And one dice 5, another dice 3. One dice 6, another dice 2. So these are the 5 possibilities are there. Look at one possibility, second possibility, third, fourth and fifth possibility. So out of the 36 outcomes that we are getting, 5 possibilities are giving the outcome as sum of two numbers or a pair is giving as a 8. Next, new reform in India banking system includes digitization of a banking operations, banking consolidation, borrowing from a government agency work. Option A. Okay, so option A is a given answer, guys. That is, digitalization of a banking operation is one, which is a new reform which is introduced. RBI itself is promoting and Government of India together promoting a digitalization of a banking operations. And banking consolidation is nothing but recent mergers, guys. Recent mergers. Look at the mergers and acquisitions of public sector banks. Public sector banks. Mergers and acquisitions of a public sector banks is the recent reform which is introduced in the Indian banking system. So several government officials, including a former finance minister, Arun Jaitley, have been repeatedly insisting country needs a few larger banks. Because of that only the consolidation of a banks, public sector banks came together. So here borrowing from the government and agency works is not new. It was there from the very beginning. Not only this is not a new reform which is introduced in the banking system. Next, agency work is done by the banks, but it is not a new reform which is introduced. Next, the channel alternatives is not to be assessed on the basis of economic criteria, control criteria, adaptive criteria, accumulation criteria. These are called as an communication channels or distribution channels or marketing channels, guys. Marketing channels alternatives are not to be assessed on the basis of option number D. Okay, let us see. So here, guys, marketing channel designs calls for analyzing the consumer needs. Option D is the correct answer, guys. That is accumulated criteria. Customers needs we need to consider setting the channel objectives and identify the major channel alternatives and evaluating those alternatives. These are the things which are required in the marketing channel. So for that only we are having a different criteria. Like economic criteria, company compares the sales and cost and profitability of a different channels. Then what will be the investment required by each channel, they will evaluate. And control criteria is nothing but they will giving them some control over the marketing of the product. Like some of the intermediates take more control than the others, and some of the intermediates will take less control than the others. So control point of view also company will verify. Next, adaptability criteria. Look at channels often involve long-term commitments yet the company wanted to keep and the channel flexible so that it can adopt environmental changes. So here the accumulation criteria is there is no channel alternative to the criteria, and they are saying which is not to be assessed on the basis of a accumulated criteria. They will be assessed based on the 3 criteria. Which of the following commodities is kept outside the purview of the GST? Option B is the given answer. Look at petroleum products are the correct answer, guys. Petroleum product. So this is temporarily kept out of the purview of the GST. Alcohol for human consumption kept outside, and petroleum products also kept outside. Real estate sector is also been outside the ambit of the GST. Next, guys. Match list 1 and list 2. Theories of profit and economist. Risk theory of profit, innovation theory of a profit, rent theory of profit, dynamic theory of a profit. Computer, Walker, Hawley and Clark. Alcohol is not under the GST. But slowly they are under the GST. Slowly they will become. These are not permanently outside the purview of a GST. This will come under the GST, but slowly it will come. Last question answer is option number B, petroleum products. No idea? Make a guess. You will get one learning point. Investor Protection Committee. Investor Protection Committee. So your answer is option B, guys. That is N.K. Mitra Committee is the correct answer. N.K. Mitra Committee, chaired by N.K. Mitra, submitted report on investor protection in the year 2001. Bhagavati Committee in mid 1998 to recommend the changes in SEBI takeover regulations. But Mitra Committee is on investor protection. Next, J.R. Verma Committee is on constituted to recommend the amendments to the criminal law so as to provide the quicker trial and enhancement punishment for the criminals accused committing a sexual assault against the woman. And L.C. Gupta Committee is formed in 1996, which is to develop a regulatory framework for derivative trading and recommend the suggestive bylaws for the regulation and control of the trading. So regulatory framework for the derivative trading in the stock market have been addressed and recommended by the L.C. Gupta Committee, whereas N.K. Mitra is an Investor Protection Committee. Chalapati Rao Committee was constituted for restructuring state financial corporation in India, commercial banks in India, cooperative banks in India, regional rural banks in India. So option D is the given answer, guys. Chalapati Rao Committee, under the chairmanship of Chalapati Rao in the 2003, recommended the entire system of RRBs, that is regional rural bank, in India may be consolidated. That means restructuring is required, while retaining the advantage of RRB, like regional character of this institution. We need to keep it as it is and we need to take the advantage of it, but we need to restructure the entire RRBs by new recommendations. HRD theory of learning intervention, learning to transfer topic करवा दो. We'll see in the upcoming sessions, Jitendra. Is it coming under the human resource development you are saying? Theory of learning. Which subject it is? Is it HR or else? A statement of changes in the financial position typically would not disclose the effect of share capital issued to acquire the productive facilities, whatever the dividends on shares declared, and cash dividend declared but not paid, and purchase and retirement of a treasury stock. Option B is the given answer. Dividends on share declared is not affecting the total financial position. So here, guys, actually cash flow statement will be having inflow and outflow will be there, But whenever the dividends are declared, there is no effect on the financial position will be there, because we didn't pay anything. There is no outflow and inflow, only just we declared. That is why option B will not be having much effect on the total financial position of the company. Next guys, which of the following is an instance for the non-conventional dumping? Hello Ravina. Non-conventional dumping. Which of the following is an instance? Option C is a given answer. C is a given answer guys. That is reverse dumping, because non-conventional dumping is an reverse dumping. Let me tell you what it is. There are types of dumping guys. But before that, what do you mean by dumping? It is a price discrimination in which exporter is selling a portion of output or a product to the foreign market, but at a very low price you are selling. At a low price you are selling to particular country, but in the domestic country you are selling the same output at a higher price. Because you want to capture the foreign market, you are selling at a lower price to foreign market. So those type of dumpings will be sporadic dumping, predatory dumping, as well as persistent dumping and reverse dumping. Reverse dumping is nothing but in the overseas market where the demand is very less elastic and such market will tolerate a higher price. The dumping is done in the manufacturer's home market by selling locally at a lower price. So this is the only type of dumping out of all the four where the products are dumped in the manufacturer's home market instead of a foreign market. For a very large population, the ratio between standard error, that is X bar, and the standard deviation, which is 8.40, and the sample size N will be. How to calculate the sample size when standard deviation and standard error is given? This is 8.40 if I am not wrong. 8.40. Standard error given as an 8 and standard deviation given as an 40. Apply the standard error formula guys, you will get it. N we need to identify. I think N we need to identify. Standard error is equal standard deviation divided by number of sample size. So here the formula which is given, standard error is equal standard deviation divided by number of sample, under root of number of sample. So standard error 8 is given and standard deviation 40 is given. Under root n divided by under root n, we need to identify the number of, that is sample size only we need to identify. So 40 by 8 is equal to 5. So under root of 5 is equal to, so which will become 5 square and root will get cancelled for the square. That will be equal to total 25 sample size. Motivational force or the level of efforts is not equal to satisfaction and a performance, which is propounded by Porter-Lawrell model and Vroom's expectancy theory, X and Y theory, Adam-Smith equity theory. Option A is a given answer, Porter and Lawrell model guys. They are asking motivational force and level of efforts are not equal to satisfaction and performance. That is as per the Porter and Lawrell model. So here Porter and Lawrell model theory is an improvement of the Vroom's expectancy theory only. This says that motivation does not equal to satisfaction or the performance. The model suggested by them encounter some of the simplistic traditional assumptions made out in the positive relation between the satisfaction and the performance. So here if you can look at, as per the Porter and Lawrell model, whatever the value, whatever the effort that you are putting, that will be ability and traits or role perception we are putting, that will lead to an performance, and if you complete that performance, then you will get a reward will be there. Either reward will come or satisfaction will come. When our satisfaction, which is creating a balance, that is a value of a reward which is creating. It can be an intrinsic reward or extrinsic reward. So here our satisfaction arose as per the Porter and Lagrange model theory. It is just like not our final end is not only equated with the satisfaction or the performance. Motivation is not equal to the satisfaction and performance. It is something more which is creating a relationship among the rewards. Next, exceeds an individual of age of 55 years having gross total income 3,50,000. What is the tax liability for the assessment year 2018-19? Answer for this question. Option number A is a given answer. Look at guys. A is a given answer, like both are correct and both statements are correct. Both statement 1 and 2 are correct, even though language is not very specific, and hence one can assume we are talking about two sample t-test and independence. So here if you look at, variables are measured in an interval ratio or a ratio scale of measurement. The data is collected by random sampling methods and samples are independent, that no overlap between the group members. Population variance are equal, and a Lavens test that can be conducted to test these assumption whatever we are taking for this F test and ANOVA. The assumptions we will be testing with a Lavens test of statistics, and the variable interest normally distributed in the population, we can use Shapiro-Wilk test to the normality. Actually this is answer is option number A. Both statements are correct. Like for T test and F test, T test will be used whenever two groups, F test is used more than two groups, and T and F test are both are having a same assumption, which are 5 assumption which is mentioned over here. Next, cybercrime, doctrine of 𝐾𝐕 temptar, dishonor of the bill, and patent and copyrights. What is 6A? So your answer is C, guys. How C? Look at, cybercrime is information technology, doctrine of 𝐾𝐕 and temptar, sale of goods act, and dishonor of the bill, negotiable instrument, patent and copyright, intellectual property right act. Their respective act under the respective activities. Next question. In tax laws, donation to approved and notified association for scientific research is allowed as. Option B. Option D is a given answer, guys. Look at, 150% is the correct answer. Donation to approved and notified associations of a scientific research. So 150% of the weighted direction is available for the scientific research. Scientific research almost 150%. Because these are approved scientific research institutions, and who are not approved, only 100% will be there. Unapproved scientific institutions. For scientific research, mainly for promoting a research, donation is maximum of weighted deduction of 150%. For a normal, other than the approved one, it is 100% only. 𝐼TTTA, 𝐼TCCD, 𝐼TE and 𝐼TEE. Match it, match it. So option A is the given answer, guys. That is 80 TTA, deduction in respect of the savings accounts interest. Savings account deposits are there, na, that is that interest will be coming under TTA. And B4 80CCD, deduction in respect of a contribution of a national pension system, which is a central government, DD, sorry, CCD. And 80 is an interest on loan taken for higher education. E stands for education. And 80EE is an interest on loan taken for the residential house property. Residential house property, you can claim a interest on the loan taken for residential house property. Next, at times a business may face the situation where it has to shut down its operations. Every question is far away from my knowledge, sir. Tax is having like prior understanding. Without direct we can't answer the tax questions. So at times a business may face the situation where it has to shut down its operations. If the revenue is less than the variable cost, the operation should be closed down. In the context of above two statement, which of the following is correct? So here option number B, that is both are correct and correct explanation is provided. Why? Business may face the situation where it has to shut down. This is possible. At times or at some point of time, this situation may arise in the business process. And if the revenue is less than the variable cost, then the firm should close down, because it is not in a position to recover even the variable cost itself. So how the firm can continue? It can't continue, it has to close down. Next, last question of the day of this session, guys. Which of the following is not true about the bustle? Which of the following is not true about the bustle? So option B is the correct answer, guys. Not true is nothing. Initially it was called as in CBRS only, guys. That's sorry, BRBS only. That is banking regulation supervisory practices. And bustle established by the central bank of governor of 15 countries is not correct. And it got established in 1974, and disturbance in the international currency and banking markets were responsible for its establishment. Look at actually in the collapse of global standard 1971, a crisis which is happening in the country that could quickly spiral out of the control, and here the effect in other countries also there. In such situation, in the year 1974, Basel norms were introduced. Initially the name of this was banking regulation supervisory practices only, which is established by BIS. Hello Sangamitra, Rekha, Dimple, Riyansh, Thomas. Option number D is a given answer, guys. That is perfect competition. Excess capacity is not noticed in perfect competition market, because capacity means maximum output that a firm can produce within a given amount of factors of production. It means a stock of a capital good that is owned by a firm but is not used for, not in used for the production purpose. It is having the production, the capital goods are available, like machine and everything is available, but it is not using to that 100% extent. If it uses, it will yield more revenue, but as per the perfect competition market, it is not using. So excess stock or excess capacity is not noticed during the following market condition, means it is perfect competition market, because they need to go according to the other industry in total, not in individual form. Next, in which of the following pricing policies a firm charges higher initial price for the product and reduces it over time as the demand at higher price is satisfied? 52C. So here option C is the correct answer, guys. Higher price initially, later it reduces over a period of time. That is price skimming, guys. Initially at high price, later it will become low. Initially at high, later become low. A branded product like a Apple company will maintain this type of pricing strategies. Credit worthiness score in India ranges between 300 to 600, 300 to 900, 500 to 1000 and 900 to 1600. Do hit the like button, guys, if you like the session. Option B. Hello, Minu. Option B is a given answer. Look at. A credit score is a 3-digit numeric representation of a card holder and credit worthiness. Card holders or else individual credit worthiness. This is ranges between the 300 to 900. But guys, this will be vary from credit rating agency to agency. So suppose if you look at credit bureaus and the score range. As per the CIBIL score, whatever the answer which is given 300 to 900. As per the experience score of a exchange, 300 to 999. As per the Equifax, it is 300 to 850. As per the high mark score, it is 300 to 900. It will vary according to the credit rating agency to agency. In India, CIBIL score is more valid, that is 300 to 900 in a general consideration. Next. Yes, in this channel only. Same channel, na? Reserve Bank of India is an important regulatory and administrative authority to execute FEMA provisions. Being monetary authority and custodian of a foreign exchange, Reserve Bank of India enjoys a requisite expertise of a FEMA administration. Hello, Kirti. Option A is the correct answer. Look at. Both are correct and correct explanation, because RBI is an important regulatory administration. Even though Foreign Exchange Management Regulatory Act is there for the separate regulating the foreign exchange reserves and foreign exchange transaction, still the act is only applicable only for the implementation purpose. Entire act administering authority will be Reserve Bank of India only. The total FEMA Act administration will be in the hands of the Reserve Bank of India, because Foreign Exchange Regulation, Foreign Exchange Management Act 2000 is solely governed by the Reserve Bank of India. Reserve Bank of India. Next. X bar minus M naught divided by standard deviation. Q3 minus Q1 by Q3 minus Q1 minus 2 ME divided by Q3 minus Q1. P90 plus P10 minus 2P50 by P90 minus P10. So what is this formulas for respective coefficients? Irritation, irritation will be there. Irritation continuously it is happening. Whenever month ends na, then 2 days happy sleep. Once the February 28 comes, Monday, Tuesday we need to sleep more. Then I'll come to normal position. Today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, my head will go up because of the sessions. This is third session from the morning na. More 2 sessions I have. Just because of 4 days impact, which I went to marriage. Answer this question, guys. I think many people are unknown about it. Let me explain the clear cut. So here call Pearson coefficient of skewness. Formula will be x bar minus MO, which is a mode, divided by standard deviation. This is what the call Pearson coefficient of skewness. They are asking about a skewness, not correlation. Okay, next Bowley's measure of a skewness, which is equal to Q3 plus Q1 minus 2ME divided by Q3 minus Q1. So here actually in the question, guys, in the question, that is Q3 minus this 2ME formula is there now. In the question this formula is mentioned by them is wrong, because here it must be a Q3 plus Q1 minus 2ME must be there. They have mentioned as a Q3 minus Q1, which is a wrong formula over here, right? So that is why here the corrected formula is that Q3 plus Q1 minus 2ME is an Bowley's measure of a skewness, whereas Kelly's coefficient of a skewness will be P90 plus P10 minus 2P50 divided by P90 minus P10, which is a Kelly's coefficient of skewness. Skewness formulas. Next, after a US dollars, which of the following currencies is having a largest weight in the determining the value of the SDR? In the morning session 12 PM when I am taking a international business questions, I have taken this question, guys. SDR sequence. One person, he or she liked it video, then again unliked. Yeah, it is like you are writing a property on my name. So option C is a given answer, guys. That is euro is the correct answer. Currencies having a largest weightage in the SDR basket after the US dollar. So after the US dollar, which is having, euro is having. Initially largest is US dollar, after that euro, after that renminbi, which is a Chinese yen, and Japanese yen, British pound. As per the SDR basket of top 5 currencies which will be acting like a currencies, in that US dollar is first rank, second is euro. Next. In which are the following commodities, when a consumer spends so much that negative income effect overwhelms that positive substitution so as to underlying demand curve positively sloped? In which type of goods if consumer is spending much, then so much that negative income effect will be there, which will be giving a positive substitution effect, so as to underlying the demand curve positively slope. Positively slope is nothing but because of this curve consumption, your slope of the demand curve is moving upwards. So option C is a given answer, guys. That is given goods, where it is an exception to a law of demand, guys. It is an exception to a law of demand. Here, given good you can look at. It is a special case of inferior goods. Even though those are low quality goods, our income is very much limited. We need to spend more amount of income on the necessities. Those are inferior goods only. It is a type of goods where higher price causes increase in demand, reversing the usual law of demand. This will increase the demand due to negative income effect. Even though income is constant or income is getting decreased, still we will spend more amount in that inferior type of goods. Like bajra and rice is the best example, where it is leading into an upward sloping of the demand curve, which is a positive substitution effect will be there. Next, redeemable preference shares of 2 lakh are redeemed at par, for which fresh equity shares of 80,000 are reissued at a discount of 10%. What amount should be transferred to the capital redemption reserve account? Answer please. Here, how to calculate is the question. Two lakh is the amount that we have to pay to the preference shareholders. Then out of this 2 lakh, amount that we need to pay back, we are getting 80,000 from the fresh equity shares. 80,000 from the fresh equity shares. Out of that 80,000, this 80,000 we are issuing a fresh equity shares, but at a 10% discount. So if you deduct the 10% over here, we will deduct 8,000. Then it will become 72,000 over here. 72,000 that you raised by issuing a shares. Now remaining how much amount that you needed to pay 2 lakh amount rupees to the preference shareholder? 2 lakh minus 72,000, that is 1,28,000 that you need to pay to the preference shareholder out of the profits. This you need to procure from the profit by transferring the regular or general profit to capital redemption reserve account. So the amount to be transferred from a profit or a reserves to capital redemption reserve is that 1,28,000. Next, interbank call market, commercial banks, commercial papers, treasury bills. Option B is a correct answer. That is, interbank call market is an short-term maturity one. Commercial bills are given as an money market instruments. Commercial papers are given as an promissory note. Treasury bills are government papers. Let me explain what it is each term, because every other options are known to you. Here, interbank call market means it is a short-term money market instruments which allows the large financial institutions like a banks and mutual company funds will be lending or giving a borrowing to other companies, or they are taking a loan from other companies to give the loan or to borrow the loan. So the loans will be taking at interbank rates, at their bank rate or this bank rate or that bank rate. That bank rate will be taken as an interest to take that loan. These loans are called money market very short term loans, like for a 1 day, 2 day or 10 days it will be given. Usually lasting no longer than a week, are often used to help the bank to meet their reserve requirement. It is for the purpose of internal bank maintenance only. Whenever bank want liquid cash, then immediately they cannot ask the Reserve Bank of India. That is why they will go for the other banks to borrow money from there and get it and pay back as immediately as possible. Next, which of the following does not coming under the definition of information as per the Right to Information Act 2005? Which of the following does not coming under the definition of information? Logbooks, data material held in the electronic form, file noting, a circular. Which is not coming under the definition of information as per the Right to Information Act 2005. Exact first page question of the RTA Act, definition of the information itself. So option C is the correct answer, guys. That is, file noting is a correct answer. File noting is a correct answer. It does not come under the definition of information as per the Right to Information Act. As per the Right to Information Act, the information definition as follows. It includes material in any form, including a record or a document or a memos, emails, opinions, advices, press releases, circulars, orders, logbooks, contracts, reports, papers, sample, models, data material, anything, whether it is putting manually or in electronic form. Both are coming under the definition of the information as per the RTA Act. Next, which of the following are included in the digital payment system? RTGS, demand draft, NEFT and check. Which of the following are included in the digital payment system? Option C is the correct answer. Look at, that is, A and C are only a digital payment, that is RTGS and NEFT. Remaining check and demand draft is not coming under the electronic payments. So Minimum limits for the UPI is 1 rupee and minimum limits for the IMPS also 1 rupee, like your phone pay. Timing will be here UPI and IMPS and NEFT will be 24/7, whereas RTGS you need to send only 7 AM to 6 PM working days. Next. Which among the following is not included in the Negotiable Instrument Act? Sorry, Negotiable Instrument Definition. Check demand draft, promissory note, mutual fund. Check demand draft, promissory note, mutual fund. Which of the following is not included? 62D. Okay. Option D is a correct answer, guys. Mutual fund. Negotiable instrument meaning, if you can see, it is a document which contains a promise by one person to pay a specific amount of money to a specific person or certain person. In a simple words, it is a written promise to pay certain amount by the borrower to the lender. So that is what negotiable instrument meaning. Negotiable instrument meaning here. Type of negotiable instrument will be three types: promissory note, bill of exchange and check. These are the three negotiable instruments defined as per the Negotiable Instrument Act 1881 only. Deduction under the section 37(1) is allowed under tax for those expenditure which are revenue, capital, both revenue and capital. Option C is the given, option A is the given answer, guys. Look at. In order to claim a deduction under section 37(1) of the profits and gains from the business or profession head of the Income Tax Act, so it must not be an, look at, the expenditure must be an revenue expenditure. It must be a revenue expenditure. What they have given? Option A is given. Yes. It must not be a capital expenditure first. That means it must be a revenue expenditure. And it should not be a personal expenditure also. It must belong to business. It must be incurred during the previous year only, and wholly and exclusively for the business purpose only, not for the personal purpose. And this expenditure must not be incurred for violating any laws or which are prohibited by any law, or the offences which are prohibited by any law. Those type of revenue expenditures only will be allowed. Exclusively only revenue expenditure. Next. A U-shaped long-run average cost curve is based on the assumption that economies of scale prevails at a small levels of production and diseconomies of scale prevails at a large level of production. Later, decrease in return to scale arises primarily because as the scale of operation increases, it becomes even more difficult to manage the firm effectively. These are the assertion and reason which is given below. So which of the following option can be an correct option? Option B is a given answer, guys. Look at B is a given answer. Both are individually correct, but here it is speaking about the long run average cost curve and economies and diseconomies. Here in the below they are speaking about return to scale. Return to scale. Both are individually correct in their context, but not at all related to each other. The U shape of the short term average curve is explained in the law of variable proportion. Long run curve is explained in the return to scale. It is because increasing return to scale having economies and decreasing return to scale is having a diseconomies. That is very clear point as per the two laws of variable proportion and return to scale as well. Here, when a firm is increasing its scale of operation, it is difficult for the firm to manage the operation effectively. Because of that only the firm returns will come down, which is a negative situation will arise. That is a decreasing return to scale will come to an operation. Ind AS 16, Ind AS 38, Ind AS 17, Ind AS 12. Income tax, leasing, intangible asset, property, plant and equipment. Property, plant and equipment. Answer immediately, please. Fast, fast, thoda. Tomorrow, guys, I think tomorrow at 3 p.m. again the session is going to be there. Tomorrow at 3 p.m. we'll have another session at 3 p.m. That will be like this only. June 2019, last 25 question will complete. So option B is a correct answer, guys. Let me tell you why it is. Ind AS 16 is an property, plant and equipment. Ind AS 38 is an leasing. Ind AS 17 is an income tax. No, Ind AS 17 must be option B, na? Wait. I mismatched. B. This is 4 and 38 will be of 3. Intangible asset. 17 will be of 2. That is leasing. Income tax will be 1, 2. Total for your reference, the crux. Ind AS, all the important Ind AS, if you can see over here, guys. 101 to 114 in one box, 1 to 41 in another box. The red highlighted one are important from the 𝐂𝐫𝐚𝐜 perspective. From the 𝐂𝐫𝐚𝐜 perspective. B is an correct answer, na? Income tax 12, you can see. 12 is an income tax, 17 leases, and more what they have given? 16 and 38. 16 is an property, plant and equipment. 38 is an intangible asset. It is correct only. Doctrine of 𝐾𝐕 and Temptar means. Doctrine of 𝐾𝐕 and Temptar means buyer should make the payment well in time. Buyer should be aware of all the aspects of buying. Buyer will be responsible for the whole payment. And buyer will not be responsible at any cost. 2020 September paper also. 2020 September shift number 1, shift number 2 already completed in the Academy free classes. Go through with my profile and go with our special classes. Scroll down, you will get it in the December sessions. Completed already. Both shifts, not only single shift. Doctrine of 𝐾𝐕 and Temptar is an This phrase will be used in the Sale of Goods Act. As per the section number 15, a warning, that is a type of warning which is a Latin word caveat emptor. Let the buyer beware. Before you are buying anything, let you satisfy yourself and check the quality of the good, which quality you wanted to purchase the good. Check that quality before buying. Later, don't blame the other person for your fault. That is what the let the buyer be aware. So as a buyer, check before you are buying. Buyer to satisfy himself that the goods are purchasing are of the quality which he requires. If he buys the goods for a particular purpose, whether it is meeting for that purpose or not, we need to decide. Next, as per the India trade policy, import-export trade policy 2015 to 19, which of the following statements are true? Doubling the exports, both merchandise and services. Achieve 3.5 share in the global exports. Introduce two schemes, that is MEIS and SEIS. Introduce the simplified Ayat Niryat form. No, Minu, close the app, YouTube, and open the link again. 67B Rekha, okay. How about others? Option, look at. Option D is a given answer, guys. Like all the four statements which are given as a correct. Let me explain the policies. The 5-year foreign trade policy 2015-20 framework increased the exports of goods and services as well. The generation of employment also been created by a process called as a Make in India initiative by the Prime Minister Modi. And we have also increased the rank in ease of doing business index also because of these policies. Because it introduced a two new scheme, that is merchandise exports from India scheme MEIS for the export of a specific goods to specific markets outside India, and service exports from India scheme for increasing the service exports to other countries, which will increase the both the trading of the goods as well as trading of the services also. And in order to boost the exports from the special economic zones, the MEIS and SEIS schemes have been extended equally to the SEZ zones also, which will boost the total economy. And attention also been paid to the specific various to simplify the whole process called as an Ayat Niryat forms, which is bringing a clarity in different provisions, guys. This Ayat Niryat form is an will bring a clarity about export and import procedures have been decreased, the documentation procedure, by removing entire previous rigid procedure and very confusing one. Now we are having a standard procedure called as an Ayat Niryat form for exporting or importing purpose. This approved exporter system will be governing this. This will help the manufacturer exporters considerably getting a fast access to international market, and Niryat Bandhu scheme has been galvanized and repositioned to achieve the objective of Skill India as well. Social environment of a job effects. The social environment of a job effects. the people and is also affected by them and do not not by the management alone. It is a main proposition of contingency theory of organization, system theory of organization, classical theory of organization, neoclassical theory of organization. Social environment of a job which is affecting a people and also affected by them, but not management alone. Look at guys, option D is a given answer, that is neoclassical theory. In the classical theory, the humans were treated as workers were treated as machines only, they are not treated as human beings. But in the neoclassical theory, the workers or the employees are treated as humans, where the human relations approach got improvised and behavioral approach also improvised in the neoclassical theories, which is focusing on the human relation and value to the people work. Everything got increased in the neoclassical theory. Next, amount of unutilized in capital gain account scheme for which exemption claimed under section 54 of the capital gain tax then shall be treated as a long-term capital gain if 2 years have expired from the date of transfer, 2 years have expired from the date of deposit, 3 years expired from the date of transfer, 3 years have expired from the date of deposit. Answer for 68 will be option number D, neoclassical theory. Option C is the correct answer, guys. This is the total exemptions of a capital gain that you can see, guys, here, which is updated version. No need to worry about it. This is an already updated version. So here each and every exemption, the time limit that you can see, guys, very carefully. Within 3 years, they are asking 3 years have expired from the date of transfer under section 54. Look at, under section 54, it must be a 3 years time limit has to be there over here. After purchasing an asset or construction within 3 years, then only you can claim the exemption. After happening of 3 years, you cannot claim the exemption at all. So that is what they are saying. Next, question number 70. Important ethical principle to the business to follow: to take the necessary action for the development of a concerned industry or the business, and pay the taxes and discharge the other obligation promptly, to ensure the best utilization of the human resources, refrain from secret kickbacks and payoffs to the customers, to suppliers and administrators, ensure the payment of fair wages and fair treatment to employees. Out of the 5 which is given, then which of the following is treated as an ethical principles that a business has to follow? So option B is a given answer, guys, that is BDE. BDE. Pay the taxes and discharge the other obligation promptly, one of the ethical principle. And D, refrain from secret kickbacks to the customer suppliers, that is also second principle. And E, ensure the fair payment of wages and fair treatment to employees. These are the 3 important ethical principles that we need to follow. To ensure the best utilization is not an ethical principle, it is capacity utilization only. And taking necessary action for the development of a concerned industry is not at all an ethical principle. They are speaking about which is right and wrong is called as an ethical principle. B, D is speaking about that one. Next, If the two regression coefficients are minus 0.8 and minus 0.2, then the value of coefficient of correlation will be. Just apply the formula. Apply the formula. That's it. You will get the answer. Option C is the correct answer, guys. Regression coefficient they are asking. Value of the coefficient of correlation they are asking, because they have given two regression coefficient but asking a correlation coefficient. So here the formula will be under root of BYX and BXY. Two regression coefficient under root is equal coefficient of correlation, that is equal to minus 0.8 into minus 0.2, which is equal to 0.16. So ultimately minus must be there over here, because already in the root we have the regression coefficient, like minus into minus it will become plus, but it is squared up. It is squared up. Again it will come to a minus, which is minus 0.40 will be coming. Redressal mechanism for consumer disputes under the section 9 of the Consumer Protection Act envisages a single tier system, two tier system, three tier system, open system independence of hierarchy. Single tier system, two tier system, three tier system, open system independent of hierarchy. Three tier system is the correct answer, guys, because we know already as per the old or new provision, both we are having a three tier system, like three complaint mechanisms are there according to the jurisdiction levels, like district commission, state commission, national commission. In the morning also we discussed the complaint in the district commission up to 1 crore value of the consumer goods, and state commission 1 crore to 10 crore, above 10 crore national commission has to be referred. If the tax liability has been reduced within the legal framework, it is called as an tax planning. If the tax liability has been reduced to get benefit of the deduction available under the income tax, then it is called as an tax evasion. आपकी क्लास का टाइमिंग, मेरा क्लास का टाइमिंग इन अनअकैडमी वेबसाइट और लर्निंग ऐप at 5 p.m. today, June 2019. All shifts, people and environment is going to be there. The link is given below. Please go through with my profile, follow, and do join in my telegram group Commerce Adda UGC.NET, so that you will get all the updates. Option B is the correct answer, guys. Like statement number 1 is correct, statement number 2 is incorrect. Why statement number 2 is incorrect? Because this, if the tax liability has been reduced to get a benefit of a deduction available under the income tax, is called as a tax evasion. No, this is not called as a tax evasion. Let me tell you. Answer is given as B only. Statement number 1 is correct. If the tax liability is reduced within the legal framework, means by taking available deduction, that will be called as a tax planning. And second one is not called as a tax evasion, it is called as a tax avoidance. It is called as a tax avoidance, not evasion. So tax planning is nothing but everything within the limit of the legal zone only. You are taking a exemption, deduction, rebate and relief to decrease the tax liability. That is what you are eligible to take, that one, tax planning. Tax avoidance is nothing but you are trying to identify some loopholes, how I can reduce my tax. Like this situation which is given, you are not eligible to take, but whatever the deduction that are available you wanted to take because you wanted to reduce the tax. That is what avoidance. Whereas evasion is a fully illegal one. Suppression like decreasing the income or increasing the expenditure intentionally to evade the tax or to like mitigate the tax. That is coming under the evasion. Promoting team spirit and harmony, unity within the organization is the principle of order, scalar chain, spirit decorps, and equity. Promoting the team spirit, harmony, and unity within the organization. This is called as an esprit de corps, guys, because esprit de corps is given by, these are the 14 principles, the management 14 principles given by the Henry Fayol, out of which 14th principle or the last principle, esprit de corps, is indicating team spirit. The meaning itself is called as an teamwork. Teamwork will build the organization like anything. So team spirit must be there within the organization to manage anything. Last question of the day, guys, in this session. Consumer behavior does not consist of which of the following activities? Obtaining, consuming, disposition, producing. Consumer behavior does not consist of which of the following activities? Option C. Option D is the correct answer, guys. Producing is not coming under the consumer behavior because manufacturer has to produce, consumer only have it. He need to eat or he need to consume the goods. He will not produce the goods. If he is producing a goods, now he will call it as a producer or the manufacturer, not the consumer. So consumer is not having an activity to produce. He will be having an obtaining refers to the activities lending up to or including the purchase or receipt of a product. Like obtain, get the product. And consuming means how and where and when and what circumstances you are going to take that product. And disposing is nothing but how the consumer get rid out of the product, like a packaging. After using that package you will throw it out. After using a water bottle, empty water bottle, you will throw it out. And that will be coming under the disposing of the products, which is the job of the consumer itself. And producing is producing of a product is coming under the producer part or a manufacturer job, not the consumer job. Which of the following is not true regarding the market stabilization scheme? Not true regarding the market stabilization scheme. It absorbs surplus liquidity of enduring nature arising out of the large capital flows. It absorbs surplus liquidity through sale of short-dated government securities and treasury bills. Mobilized surplus liquidity is held in the MSS account with the Reserve Bank of India. MSS account liquidity can be used for the normal government expenditure of a capital nature. Which of the following is correct? Not true. Sorry, not correct. Option number D is the correct answer, guys. First, let me tell you what is MSS. What is MSS? So it is a scheme, is a monetary policy intervention by RBI. So this is a scheme of RBI only, guys. It is a monetary policy intervention by the RBI to withdraw the excess money availability in the market, to take that money to the RBI. The scheme has been introduced by the RBI itself. So here how they can withdraw the excess liquidity or money supply by the government securities, by selling the government securities, whatever the excess liquidity is available, that we need to stop or we need to withdraw the excess money supply into the market by selling the government securities in the economy. That means whenever we are selling the securities, they will pay the money to the government and buy that securities. So with that, whatever the money present in the market will be backed up and taken up by RBI, so that money supply will come down. It is launched in the year 2004, guys, to suck out the excess liquidity in the market by issuing the government bonds to the bank and financial institution. Next, treasury bills and dated securities are sold by the RBI through auction, so that they will get money to the RBI. An increased limit of MSS is increased to 6 lakh crores to manage the excess liquidity resulted during the demonetization in the 2016 year, up to 6 lakh crores. Interest on market stabilization is paid by the government via RBI. They carry a prefixed tenure and interest rate, so that money will be keeping with RBI or the government in order to supply the flow of money into the market. Next, organization structure that shows a unique combination of a strategy, structure, management process is known as. Unique combination of a strategy and the structure and the management process is known as free-form organization, virtual organization, network organization, horizontal organization. Option B, option C. So answer is option C, guys, because unique combination of a strategy and structure and management process is known as. Management process is always following a hierarchy, guys. Generally hierarchy will be there. There is no organization called as a virtual organization, but here network organization, if you look at network organization, which is improvement over the horizontal design itself. It is basically based on the coordination and collaboration beyond the boundaries of the organization. Totally free from hierarchy, totally free from classical, traditional, functional structure of organization. This is having a cross-sectional approach will be there, guys. Here internet technology and advanced telecommunication, continuous globalization have made it possible to form a network that can link the people and link the organization to the whole other world also. So that will be called as a network organization, where the horizontal coordination and collaboration within the organization and beyond the organization as well. So anybody wanted to communicate anyone, they can communicate in this type of organization called as a network. Which among the following is not a part of the World Bank group? Good night, Dimple Zonewal. Which among the following is not a part of the World Bank group? Not a part of the World Bank group. So option B is a given answer, guys. Look at B, that is International Monetary Fund is not coming under the World Bank. So if you look at carefully, World Bank is having a 5 institutions. International Bank for the Reconstruction and Development, headquartered at Washington, 1944. And International Development Organization, 1960, which is providing interest-free loans. International Finance Corporation, IFC, in 1956, providing loans to the private sector. Multilateral Investment Guarantee Agency, which is 1988. This is promoting FDI and FPI. and International Center for Settlement Investment Disputes, so which is established in the year 1966. These are for conciliation and arbitration. If any investment process disputes are there between the countries, then that will be resolved by this organization. Which of the following is used for international money transfer? Hello, Kriti Gupta. Which of the following is used for international money transfer? RTGS, NEFT and SWIFT DD. Option C is the correct answer. Let me give you the full form of it. Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication, which is a full form of the SWIFT. SWIFT is indicating Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication, which is like a wire transfer will be there, guys. Across the globe, we can transfer to any country. It will be having generally having a 8 to 11 characteristics, minimum 8, maximum 11. So first 4 will be indicating bank code, second 2 will be indicating letters like alpha to country code will be there, letters, and third 2 are indicating location code like country which belong to, and last 3 digits will be having branch code, which is an optional in some cases for the primary offices. If the branches are not there now, then it will be up to 8 only, and if the branches are there, then there will be additional 3 which will add. Sugam is also known as Sugam, Sahaj. ITR 1 2 3 4. Hello, Rekha. So let us go. Sugam, guys, actually it is a type of ITR. If you can look at the total 7 income tax return forms, so those are here, guys. First, ITR number 1 is called as an Sahaj. ITR number 4 is called as an Sugam. ITR number 1 is for those individuals who are not ordinarily resident. Income up to 50 lakhs has to file their return of income in the ITR number 1. ITR number 2 is an income of both individuals and HUF and house property, all other heads of income other than the agriculture income also. Sorry, agriculture income more than the 5,000. Those need to file ITR number 2, and business and profession ITR number 3. And business and profession who are having a special businesses like specified businesses up to 40 lakh, they have to go for the Sugam. Person other than the individuals and HUF and company ITR 5, ITR 6 all the companies except non-profitable company ITR 6, ITR 7 the non-profitable company is coming under ITR 7. Next, WTO, IMF, FAO, European Union. So the respective headquarters have been given for the financial institution. Do hit the like button if you like the video, if you like the session. You can dislike the video if you dislike the session. Option A is the correct answer, guys. Look at A is the correct answer. That is WTO is and second one Geneva, and IMF is located at Washington DC. that is 3, and FAO is located at 4, Rome, and European Union is in Brussels. Let me tell you what is this. FAO is nothing but Food and Agriculture of the United Nations. Food and Agriculture Organization of United Nations is called as an FAO, and that World Trade Organization, Washington DC, and FAO Rome is located at Rome, guys, and European Union is located at Brussels, which is primarily located in the Europe country. Next, building long-term mutually satisfying relationship with the key customers and key suppliers, distributors in order to earn and retain their long-term preferences and business is known as relationship marketing, social marketing, niche marketing, service marketing. So here relationship marketing is a correct answer. It is the main key where every business in a modern marketing economy, every business is trying to follow it, because customer relationship management is a key to have a long-term impact on the business. Relationship marketing is aiming at building mutually satisfying long-term relationship with key constituents in order to earn and retain their business. So here the levels of marketing, relationship marketing, if you can listen, I wanted to discuss these also. Shall I? Because if you want to study from your end, you can study by taking a screenshot, guys, or if you want me to discuss, I will discuss. It's up to you. So basic marketing is the first one. Basic marketing is the first one. The marketer simply sells the product without callbacks or feedback from the customer. Hence, there is no effort to build the relationship. Basic marketing is nothing but it is simply selling a product and keeping silent. There is no effort to build the relationship over here. Reactive marketing is nothing but sell the product and they will take the suggestions, like complaint box also will be there. But whenever they are putting a complaint box, they are putting some effort to build the relationship. Whereas accountable marketing is nothing but marketer will call back you after selling a product, whether you satisfied or not. Like that they will call to build more and more relationship. Accountable, because they sold the product to you, they are accountable for their product, for the customer satisfaction. Proactive marketing is nothing but marketer remains in a regular contact with the customer every 1 month. Product is working or not, product is working or not. Like that, harder to enhance the level of relationship, marketer is trying more and more. Partnership marketing is nothing but like marketer continuously work with the customers itself and the stakeholder for the mutual benefit. Like this is the best way and highest level of increasing the relationship with the customer. Here jointly and finding a many ways for the customer to give the maximum benefit to customer. That is what partnership marketing. Next, which of the following is a predecessor of the IRDA Act 199? Sorry, 1999, 1999. Only 60 days left for exam. अरे कौन है भाई liking and disliking, liking and unliking, liking and unliking? Don't do like bhai. They are having that much discomfort in liking the video. Do not like it. There is nobody is going to keep in mind. Which of the following is a predecessor of the IRDA? Predecessor is that A, guys. That is in Insurance Act 1938 is the predecessor. That means first initial act for the insurance business in India. So it is insurance business was carried on by insurance companies in accordance with the Company Law 1913 initially. After that, Insurance Act 1938 separately got enacted by the government at that time. It is not the Indian government at that time, British government was there. So Act was used for all the purposes, everything they have used it. But here, in the year 1963, separate law for the Marine Insurance Act came into picture. And after that, Public Liability Insurance Act, everything, so much, after so much of story, finally we are having a one single regulatory body for Insurance Regulatory Development Authority, IRDA, came into picture, which is in the 1999. It is to provide or protect the interest holders of insurance policies. And separately we are having a General Insurance Act 1972 and LIC Act 1956 also will be working under this IRDA. Next. Which of the following is not a sources of data? Interview, questionnaire, observation, unpublished thesis and annual report. Not a sources of data, secondary data mainly. Option number D is the correct answer, guys. Look at A, B, C. Interview is not a source of secondary data because by interview is a type of primary data source. And second, AB, questionnaire is also primary data. You are giving a questionnaire to someone to fill up that questionnaire. And C, that is observation, is coming under the primary data. Observation is another primary data source. And unpublished thesis and annual report are not coming under the primary, not coming under the secondary data, because unpublished thesis is nothing but that is a primary one only because didn't publish to the outside world. Annual report is also directly a primary data, not a secondary data. Annual report and unpublished thesis are coming under the secondary data, and remaining 3 ABC are coming under the primary data. Next. Questionnaire is a primary data. That is what the answer. Under which of the following situation economies of scale exist to the potential and persist? Economies of scale is nothing but advantages. When a firm is too small and too specialized, when a firm decision to hire inputs do not result in increase in the input cost, and the firm is too large and over diversified, when the long run cost of producing a unit falls as the output increases. So there are two things, guys, which we need to understand. Option D is a given answer. Look at option D, that is long run cost of producing a unit falls as output increases, is the correct one, which is given as an economies of scale. So here, guys, there are two types of economies of scale, external and internal. Look at economies of scale are the benefits and advantages of a firm when it expanded the production. When it is expanding a production, what are the benefits that you are going to get? So when economies of scale will reduce the cost because of the advantages. So internal economies of scale, external. Internal economics happen inside the organization. External economics happen industry as a whole. Here labor may be cost lower or efficient labor, managerial economics, marketing economics, technical economics, risk bearing economics, everything will be coming under the internal. And external will be government action and economies of concentration, economies of information, economies of marketing. All these are coming under the external economies in the expansion process of a business. So here when a long run cost of producing in a unit falls as the output increases. This is an economies of scale, which is an internal economy of scale, because long run cost of producing a unit is getting decreased as you are increasing a production. When you are expanding the production to another, then the cost of per unit will decrease over here, which is an internal economies of scale. Peter F. Drucker noted that relationship between selling and marketing in which are the following terms. Marketing is a subsidiary component of a selling. The aim of marketing is to, generally I will be live at 12 p.m. but this month this is the last session. Again in the next month also I will be live at 12 p.m. only. Peter F. Drucker noted the relationship between selling and marketing. So option 2 is the correct answer, guys. He quoted one thing like, the aim of marketing is to know and understand customer so that product or service fits him or sells itself. He defined a marketing is the art of selling the product, and Peter F. Drucker is also defined aim of marketing is to make selling superfluous. That means sell something extra what you are having. The aim of marketing is to make selling superfluous. Whenever you are selling something, the extra you are having, that is why you are selling to someone. The other person who don't have that one, they are taking that one from you. Next. Shopping goods have a following features. Shopping goods. These products are generally durable in nature. Consumers generally compare the goods of various sellers, then buy such goods, and per unit price of these goods generally high. These goods are regularly and continuously in demand, and these goods are sold as a result of aggressive promotional efforts. Option B is a given answer, guys. That is A, B, C. So features of shopping products are generally durable in nature, and B, consumer generally compare the goods of various seller then buy because brand differences will be there, and C, per unit price of these goods generally very high. So here if you look at there are four types of consumer products where we can see convenience goods, shopping goods, specialty goods. Convenient goods are nothing but really inexpensive one, like it is having many outlet, like it is a type of necessities are called as in convenience, which are regular usable products. And shopping products are nothing but like a cameras, TV, refrigerator, and LED. This what we can say, furniture, a computer, laptop. These are coming under the shopping products, where you can see the differences between the brand and everything that you can see. The products is not available everywhere. It will be available in a specific market, like only in electronic market it may be available. I will zoom it. If I zoom it, it is not coming, but you can take. So here option A, B, C is given as a correct answer, guys. That is shopping product will be having the three features which is mentioned in the question, the first three statements. Next, the current market price of a company share is 90 rupees and the expected dividend per share is 4.5. If the dividend is expected to grow at a constant rate of 8%, then what will be the required rate of return? Option D. So what is a dividend, guys? Dividend is 4.5 that they have given next year, which is an expected dividend, and P0, which is an market price 90 rupees, plus this is multiplied by 100 plus growth rate 8%, which is given. So here 4 by 5 into 90, how much? So 0 0 cancel, 4.5 ones are, 4.5 twos are, so 2 5s are. This is 5%, it will come, plus 8%, which will be equal to 13%. Next, a firm consumes 90,000 units of a certain item of raw material in its production process annually. It costs 3 per unit and the cost of purchase order is 300. The inventory carrying cost is 20% per year. What is EOQ they are asking? EOQ you need to identify. Option B is a correct answer, guys. That is 9487. We know how to calculate under root of 2AO, that is 2 into annual quantity, annual consumption or annual requirement whole divided by annual requirement divided by H, that is holding cost per unit per annum. So here look at, guys, 2 D is equal demand or annual requirement, 2A or E, whatever we can write it. So D, if you can write, guys, 2 into 90,000 first. 2 into 90,000. How 90,000? Because they have mentioned in the question 90,000 units we are going to consume. And ordering cost 300, which is given. Ordering cost 300, which is given. So 2 into 90,000 into 300. Whole divided by carrying cost. How to calculate the carrying cost? Carrying cost, which is denominator, how to calculate? They have given 20%. Where we need to apply 20% of purchase price, actually 20% of purchase price. Did they mention any purchase price in the question? They mentioned purchase price 3 per unit. So 2 into 20% into 20 divided by 100 into 3 rupees. 3 rupees. 0 0 cancel, 2 5s are, which comes to 3 by 5 in total. 3 by 5 in total. Now 3 by 5 is equal out of the total, like 5 is equal to 100 means out of the that 3 will be equal to like we can say 60% it will come. 3 by 5 is equal to 0.6. So 2 into, like if you can simplify, 2 into 90,000 into 300 ordering cost per order whole divided by 6 divided 0.6. 0.6 can I write it as, this is equal to 0.6 now. Can I write this 0.6 as in 6 by 100 or 60 by 100? Can I write this as in 60 by 100? So which will become 60 multiplied by 100. 0 0 cancel, and or else we'll cancel this 0. 0 0 cancel, and here 6 5s are 650s are. Next 2 into 9, 1,80,000 into 500. So 18 into 500, how much guys? 18 into 5. 18 into 5, how much? 1,80,000 into 500, how much? It will come to 90 crores. 90 lakhs, 90 crores. Okay. So under root of 90 crores, which is equal to 9487. 9487 will come. 9487 exact root of this 90 crores, which is 90 lakh, and another 0 is also there, which is 90 crores. Not 90 lakhs exactly. It will go up to 90 crores, not lakhs. So which will give you 9486, approximately 9487 units it will come, which is an 𝐕𝐴. Next, which of the following characteristics are related to relationship marketing? How to remove root? That is a mathematical one. You need to calculate by taking nearby number. So what is a root for 9? By going through with that you have to do. Like root for 900, root for 90,000. Like that you need to do. There is no trick that I am having for that. Mathematical operation it is. So which are the following characteristics of a relationship marketing? Product feature orientation, product benefit orientation, frequent consumer contact, and high concern for quality. So option A is a given answer, guys. Look at A is a given. B, C, D. Product benefit orientation and the frequent consumer contact, high concern for the quality will be there in the relationship marketing. So if you look at the characteristics, customer or consumer oriented or retention as a priority. Mainly, if you want to retain the customer, you have to maintain the relationship. There is a company, there is emphasis by which firm real attempt to try and develop a long-term relationship that will be offered by customer relationship management only. So rather than selling a product, try to focus on the how the product and service is complementing their customers, like how the customers are getting satisfied. Product benefit orientation, and to inform about the new product launches, you have to maintain the good contact with the customers. And if the customer has a problem, they can contact the organization in a different ways. Next, net income approach. Net income approach. Capital structure decision is relevant in this valuation of the firm, and a firm can change its total value and its overall cost of capital by changing the degree of a leverage in its capital structure. So option A is a given answer, guys. That both are correct and correct explanation is provided. As per the net income approach, capital structure decisions are relevant because it is a relevant approach. And a firm can change its total value and its overall cost of capital by changing the degree of leverage, because degree of leverage is nothing but the financial and operating leverage is bringing a change in the capital structure only. Because of that only, the total value of the firm also will be changing over here. Next, consider the following events in an organization culture: customer orientation and employee policies, and quality orientation, directing and motivating styles, decision making, products and services, responsibilities to society, reaction to competitors and gratitude towards nation, and role ambiguities, trade union and policies. (92D) optic. How about others? Option D is a given answer, guys. Look at organization culture will be customer orientation and employee policies that we need to consider, quality of the product and directing and motivating the employees, and decision making, products and services and responsibility to the society as part of the CSR activity, and reaction to the competitor and gratitude towards the nation. These four should be an events of the every organization culture, where they should consider their self organization self and the surroundings also they need to consider. And role ambiguities and trade union policies are not coming under the organization culture. It is out of the box. Next, maximization objectives of a business firm is given. Look at maximization of the firm's growth rate and managerial utility function, satisfying behavior, sales maximization, and the hypothesis. Who explained the respective type of a business firm over here? Baumol hypothesis, Maris and Williamson, 𝐶𝐻-March hypothesis. This is an economic objectives of the firm. Introduction to the economics it will come, but we will be discussing at the end of the economics tomorrow. So option A is the correct answer, guys. A is 3. Like maximization of the firm growth rate is given by Williamson hypothesis. A is 2, sorry, Maris hypothesis. And the managerial utility function is 3, Williamson hypothesis. Satisfying behavior is 𝐶𝐻-March, and sales maximization is given by Baumol's hypothesis. So Baumol's hypothesis is explaining when what happens if the firm is adopting to an alternative objective, like primary objective being a profit maximization. When it is adopting to a wealth maximization or a firm growth, then what happens? That will be coming under the Baumol hypothesis. Maris is saying how the principal segregation of a managers from the owner, and the Maris proposed the owners are aiming at a profit and market share, whereas managers are aiming at better salary, job security and the growth. So between the managers and the shareholder, that is owners, he created a difference. The two set of goals can be achieved by maximizing the growth rate of the firm, that is which is depending upon the growth rate of a demand for the firm product. So he tried to create a difference between the growth rate and capital supply to the firm. Growth rate is by the manager, by the total funds, and the capital supply to the firm is by owners. Next, a company issues a 10% irredeemable preference shares. The face value per share is 100, but the issue price is 95. Then what is the cost of preference? 10.63, 10.73, 8353. Irredeemable preferentials. Irredeemable. Direct answer will be there. Irredeemable preferentials. Preference dividend divided by net proceeds. So option A is a given answer, guys. Sorry, D is a given answer, 10.53. Preference dividend how much? Preference dividend 10% out of the face value. Face value is 100, 10% into. So preference dividend 10% of 100 is equal to 10 rupees. Divided by net proceeds is how much? 95 only, which is equal to 10.53% direct. Which of the following analyzes the suitable for the risk return analysis in financial decisions? Which of the following analyzes suitable for the risk return analysis in financial decision? CAPM analysis, SWOT analysis, capital gearing analysis, EVA analysis. So option A is a correct answer, guys. CAPM analysis. It is describing the relationship between the systematic risk and expected return for the asset, particularly the stocks. So the formula for CAPM, capital asset pricing model, is that the required return on equity is equal to risk-free rate plus beta, which is a risk coefficient, which is a risk coefficient, multiplied by the market risk minus risk-free rate. Next, the arithmetic mean is an all-purpose average. Median and mode are called as an positional averages. Arithmetic mean is an all-purpose average. Median and mode are called as an positional averages. So here arithmetic mean is arithmetic mean is the general average is called as an arithmetic mean, which is a common purpose used for everything. So option A is the correct answer. There are two types of averages that we'll be having. So mathematical averages and positional averages. AM, GM, HM are coming under the mathematical averages. Positional averages are median, partition values, and mode are coming under the positional averages. It gives the position, it gives the exact one. Next, the study of the following information. Covariance x and y is equal to minus 17.8. Standard deviation 6.6. Standard deviation of the y 4.2. Number of paired observation is 20. Then the correlation coefficient is. So option A is a given answer, guys. Here simply application of the correlation coefficient formula, which is equal to covariation of x and y divided by standard deviation x into standard deviation y. So standard deviation x is given, standard deviation y is given, covariance is also given. So that is minus 17.8 divided by 6.6 multiplied by 4.2, which is equal to how much? Which is equal to how much? Minus 642 is given. Minus 642 given. Here covariation of x and y and standard deviation of x and y, standard deviation of x and standard deviation of y, that is sigma x, sigma y. So covariation is given as in 17.8 and this is given as 6.6, 4.2. If you can apply over here, you will get minus 642. Minus 642. So that is an option A is the correct answer. Minus 642. Where minus is there for the 17.8, which is the covariation. Which of the following is not a prerequisite for price discrimination? Firm must have a monopoly power. Product has a multiple close substitutes and different uses. Markets are separated and segmented. Price elasticity of a product must differ in different markets. Which of the following is not the prerequisite for the price discrimination? So option B is the correct answer, guys, because when the price discrimination concept will arise, price will be discriminated. Charging a different price for the different customer categories are called as in price discrimination. Whenever substitute and complementary products, substitute goods are available, when multiple close substitutes are available, there is no chance for the price discrimination. If you are not giving at this price, they will go to another seller. So in this situation, the price discrimination is not applicable for the substitutes which are close substitutes. Whereas whenever monopoly power is there and whenever markets are separated and segmented, price elasticity for the product must differ in different markets. In these three cases, price discrimination can be done. In the close substitute case, price discrimination is not at all possible. The arithmetic mean of 10 items is 50. Then if each item is increased by 5, the new arithmetic mean will be. Ten items is 50. Then if each item is increased by 5, then what will be the new arithmetic mean? Instead of 10 items, it will become 11 items. Instead of 50, it will become another 5. So option B is the correct answer, that is 55. So when it is 10 items 50 added by 5, which will be added to the even mean also, arithmetic mean also 55. Last question of the day. Which of the following is not a main stage in customer relationship life? Customer acquisition, customer development, and customer satisfaction, customer annoyance. Not a main stage of a customer relationship. Customer annoyance. C is the given, guys. C is the given answer. Even this question went for the objections, they didn't change the answer. Option C, customer satisfaction is not a main stage of customer relationship life cycle. Don't know why they have given C, guys. Seriously, actually customer annoyance must be the answer. But here let me explain customer relationship life cycle what it is. Look at customer relationship life cycle. First, we need to reach it to the customer. We need to approach. After that, we need to acquire the customers. After that, we need to convert. Once you marketed, once you change their mind, Once you change their mind, you need to convert them into an resales, like acquiring and converting them into an sales. After that conversion, you need to bring them into into your store again and again. You need to bring them into the market to purchase your product again and again, and that will create a brand loyalty or loyalty to your customer. So this is how it will happen. Business locates a potential leads and demonstrate the value of a product or service being offered. Acquisition, the leads entered into a sales pipeline, and as they progress, business will need to able to continue to demonstrate the producting value. Next, development and retention and loyalty. Loyalty includes annoyance also, guys, because some customers will be having a good experience, some customers will be having a bad experience. Bad experience people will be giving annoying to the seller. Annoyance will be for the seller, but good experience people will give you the loyalty. Bad experience people will give you the annoyance to you. So that is what cycle of the customer relationship over here. Here customer satisfaction is not coming under this cycle because it is a separate whole segment. Customer satisfaction is an separate one. It is not the main one in this cycle. In this cycle only these things will be there. It is out of this cycle.